everybody, welcome to another George Crafts tutorial. We're going to do some more crochet today, and today I'm going to talk about crocheting through the back loop and the front loop, and maybe a bit about crocheting around posts as well. This is just because we've got a new project up on the blog, georgecrafts.co.uk, and this is the first time I've introduced those stitches into some of the projects, so I just thought I'd like to show you what I mean by that. So to start off with, I've got my fabric yarn, and I've just made a circle of treble crochets, and I've just started my next round. So I've also got a 6.5mm hook. So when you are making your crochets, if I wanted to do a treble crochet, ordinarily I'd pass through both loops of my stitch like this, pull the yarn back and complete my stitch. But if I wanted to crochet through the back loop only, or BLO as it might be written in the patterns, I would, to do a treble crochet, wrap my yarn around, put my hook into the stitch here and push it out the back, and then grab hold of the yarn and complete my stitch. So can you see here how the front loop just here is left remaining and the back loop is the one with the stitch around it? So I'll show you again. So yarn around the hook, put my hook into the stitch from the top and push backwards, bring the hook round and complete my stitch. Okay, so I'll show you now how to do front loop only. So we'll carry on working in trebles. So yarn around. This time we're going to approach the stitch from the front like we normally would, but we're going to come up out of the middle, so we've just got the front loop on our hook. Grab the yarn and complete our treble as normal. Same again, so yarn around, take the hook, pass it through the front of the stitch and up out of the middle, bring the yarn back and close our stitch. So the reason that we use these stitches, back loop only and front loop only, is for a couple of reasons. One reason is that you can create texture on your work. So if you wanted to, for example, do a rib pattern, you might do 2 back loop only, 2 front loop only, and keep going round, and you'd get like a sort of a raised effect. The reason I've written to do back loop and front loop only stitches in the flower patterns is so that you can get 2 sets of petals on one piece of work. So if you work the back stitches first and then you take your second colour, which I've got here in more t-shirt fabric, and then you work onto the front loops of the stitches like this, you can get 2 layers of stitches on, which is what we've done in the final flower on the project download. So I've left that one as the last because it's the most advanced. So you can see here how I'm starting to get 2 lots of stitches on the one piece of work by using the front and the back loops separately. Okay, something else that I wanted to show you today is working around the post. So instead of going through your stitch here as you would normally do, what you do is you go through your work and then back out the other side of the stitch, so you're picking up the whole stitch. So I will just show you some of those. I'm just going to pop my yarn on my hook. First of all, I've got some beads roaming around on the desk if you can hear them, and they'll probably roll into shot in a minute. So I'm just attaching my yarn so I can show you, she says. There we go. So I'm just going to do chain stitches just to show you. So 1, 2, 3 chains, and then say I want to attach it in, I'm going to go down underneath the stitch and back up, grab my yarn, complete my stitch, and then do another 3. 1, 2, 3, in, out, and complete the stitch, and just carry on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go, there are the beads. Told you that they were roaming around my desk. So working around the post like that is how we've created the final layer on our 3-layer flower in the project. I hope that was useful for you. So now you've learnt a couple more techniques, so working through the back loop, working through the front loop, and working around the post, which is this piece. Any questions, please get in touch. If you like the video, subscribe to our channel, because we do some fairly regular updates, and if you want more crafty ideas and crafty projects, head to georgecrafts.co.uk or check us out on Facebook under George Crafts blog. Thank you, I'll see you again, bye.